Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Avast. Hello. Good morning. Good time, Amazon. I have been booped. I got the boop. I got booped. It's a real boop sort of day. A Thursday. A boopsty. Boopsty whoopsty, you know. Oh yeah, wait. I have one more thing I have to do. I have to, Wizard, hello. I gotta delete a file, lest I perish. My hard drive is... I need to do another cleaning of my hard drive, but I have not done so at presently. Cozy, hello, Z. Cozy. How are you doing today, Cozy Wozy? Let's delete all the MKVs. I don't need these MKVs. Is that yesterday? I'll keep that one. What about this one? Oh, I don't need any of these. Oh, no. Beans. What's a large? Give me a large file. How old is that file? What's this? Need a second time. Ace Attorney. Should I delete Ace Attorney? I'd like... They're all old Ace Attorney VODs. Alright, hold on. Let me delete something sweet from my feet. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, what if I go into this? How much is in here? None? Oh dear. That's fine. No big deal. What about here? What about this? What about these? What about you? Boop, 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 boop. And then I finished this video. Yeah, okay. All right, we deleting all these. Get out of here. And now we'll go to the trash. Do you guys like listening to me file manage? I hope so. All right, then we go to where are you? Where are you? I don't actually. Okay. Recycling bin. We gotta delete all the files in the recycling. Yes, get out of here. All right, that cleared up 150 gigs. Cool, cool, cool. Beautiful, love it. Hello, hello, haha. And there's still time to not until stream starts. Is my brain on straight? Let's find out together. At last, at last. Ooh, baby, baby. We're gonna figure out so much chess. We're gonna do so many sweet, sick, nasty chess moves, you guys. I hope you're excited for chess. Murder chess. A murder most foul indeed. Yes. Indubitably. I should probably delete some games off Steam also. That'll probably help. I don't know what I got. That's a problem for later, but I feel like I've been living on borrowed time. Hi. Hello. Good morning. Hello, everybody. It is I, the boy. I am here to be a boy. Chess! Only if you're ready to lose. Are you good at chess, Cozy? Because I'm pretty good at chess. I don't think we've ever played chess together. I mean, I say pretty good. That's not really accurate, but... I've played an amount of chess. I'm just good at board games, typically. Man, I should change that merch thing. I want the merch to go to... You know what? I'm not going to remember to do this later, so let me remember to do this now. Meowmers Co. We got merch, everyone. Let me just show you our merch. We have stickers. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Yeah. All right. Look at these. We got stickers. Look at that. Get out of here. Look at that. Look at how cute. They're holographic. They be moving and grooving. Wow. And this could be yours for the low price of $3. American. Hell yeah. We have not. You ready to record? I don't know where we play chess. I'm down. but I don't know where you do it. I also am annoyed. The website. Oh god, what? No, get out of here. Stop. The website I use for captions hasn't worked yesterday or today. I don't know if it's down forever or just down for a minute. Okay. Wait. You're all gonna hang. You all love me so much that you're just gonna like be patient while I change this auto thing. Boop ba boop ba 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 ba. But yeah, also check out our Let's Play channel. We're almost at 300 subscribbles, you guys. All right, Cloudbot. I'm so excited. Cloudbot, we are timers, I think this is. Yeah, this is how this works. Merch is now available. We are going to change the link. Merch. Yeah, let me change all that. Confirm. All right, cool. Everything is confirmed. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Are you ready to solve crimes, y'all? I know I am. Let's load, baby. Yeah. All right, so last we left off, the president of a foreign nation got shot at, and a hitman was like, it wasn't me, but let's figure out what it was, because I'm gonna murder you otherwise. And now we're about to be inside the plane. If that sounds confusing, it is. With the death of Bastian Rook and the revelation that Shelley the Killer was in our midst, the case had taken a turn we could never predicted. Mr. Knight ordered that the door to the presidential plane be opened, and the emergency personnel attending to Mr. Rook's body were asked to leave. Ace, hello, good morning. With the scene cleared, we stepped cautiously aboard. Still has him by the neck. Just very calmly. No president in sight. Now, where could he be? Perhaps underneath the bloody rug. And his voice was like, who knows? Aren't you a security detail? So he's hiding behind the bulkhead door over there, is he? As courageous in the face of danger as ever. Ha! Sorry to disappoint, but did you seriously expect him to be standing here waiting to meet his assassin? As we have already established, my interest lies only in the successful conclusion of this investigation. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to examine the body. The killer wants us to solve this case for some reason. All right. My only option right now is to play along. The rest is up to you, Detective Gumshoe. I forget what he was doing. So the attempted assassination of the president has become the murder of a bodyguard. You look like you could use a little help there, Mr. Edgeworth. Not that I need it, but yes. That's what I thought! And there's nothing else for it. Kay Faraday, great thief extraordinaire. We'll just have to take it from here. Oh, really? You mean you're going to solve this case for me? Nope. I thought not. But I will provide vital assistance. Now let's get to scouring this crime scene from top to bottom. It will take Detective Gumshoe a while to assemble our backup. Not like that thing you looked up in 1 second for me later. So I'll need to draw this part of the investigation out for as long as possible. Boop, bop, beep, boop. Well, let's examine this deadman. What up, deadman? Excuse me, what's it like being dead? I must scour the scene. Yeah. Well, there's a bullet hole. That'll do it. This bullet seems to have entered just under his armpit and went clean through his body. Clean through. He was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover. Like he was on purpose or something, huh? The cause of death would appear to be loss of blood. Attempts were made to stanch it, but to no avail. Stanch it. That sounds like a dance move. Get on the floor. Get on the dance floor. Stanch it. The medics must have been brought in to try and save him. Sadly, it was too little too late. What up? It's the victim, Mr. Bastian Rook, bodyguard to the president of Zhengfa. He's one of the guys that brought the president inside as soon as the shooting started. Which means he continued to do his duty right up until his dying breath. At least he'll get posthumously promoted. Okay, it's better to know when to say nothing at all than to end up with your foot in your mouth. What do you mean? I mean, bodyguards don't even operate on the same rank promotion system as the police in the first place. I have... Oh. Okay. Bronco Knight. Bastion Rook. God, the character design on these two is really something. Okay. What about this? It's the bulletproof attaché case. Bodyguards use them to shield their clients from gunfire. There was some in Kay's photograph, too. It looks like Rook and Knight each had one.
Boo, 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 boo. Oh, hey, there's the photo I snatched.
You can hardly steal a photo at a public event, Kay.
But I'm snatching up a moment in time with every picture I take, you know?
I take it snatch is your new favorite word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kay, you need to pick a new favorite word, baby.
Hee baby.
All right. That could have been not how they wrote that, but okay. So the victim was also carrying a revolver.
It looks like he was trying to use it.
He probably drew it on instinct when he felt threatened. You should check to see if he managed to fire any rounds off. Oh, there, and no other signs of the weapon having been used. Was this one on loan from Zhengfa too? Yep, sure was. We're always issued with the same model gun. Is it the same? Or, wait. Oh. 6-shot revolver. Maybe I can connect the dots.
Violence, yay! Shwow!
Yeah, baby. The two guns are exactly the same, meaning it's likely that the one we found is also from Zhengfa.
The bodyguards all got their guns from the Zhengfa authorities, right?
Yes.
Are they, like, super rare or anything?
No, I don't believe so. This model isn't exactly easy to come by in this country, America. See, this time they fixed it. They probably should have retranslated a little bit from the first game to just make it, quote-unquote, this country. But they decided to make it America for some reason, because the first game said America.
Boo! And here I thought they might be valuable treasures!
Yes, it is something of a shame.
Whoa! I just mentioned treasures and you actually responded for once.
I only mean to point out that if the guns were rarer, it would be much easier to trace them. Which would have made them treasures of the evidence variety, I suppose.
Ha! See? Everything is a treasure hunt, one way or another, including this investigation.
You could say that.
Alright then, it's treasure hunting time. On with the investigation.
She certainly seems a lot more enthusiastic all of a sudden. Man, I definitely have, I'll tell you what. I don't know how much longer this section is, but I already feel, I was hoping my voice would feel a bit better. Just the pool of blood, huh? But, I don't know, I might be getting sick again, so I'm gonna take the voices a little less enthusiastically than normal. Lest I perish. There are two large rectangles cut into the floor here. I can see hinges through the gaps.
It's an emergency entrance disguised as an emergency exit. All the president would need to do is lower his rope ladder and make his miraculous escape.
Which would make it an exit, not an entrance. So which is it?
It's an exit, but it's used as an entrance, but disguised as an exit. Yeah, I think.
Congratulations, you've even confused yourself. That's quite the achievement. Alright. Alright, Edgeworth. Alright, we've all looked at that. What about over here? Wow, there's a bullet in that. Yeah. What are these? What's that? These personal safety alarms are very colorful. They look like they get a lot of use as well.
I like the president. He seems like a thoughtful guy. Buying these for his kids, maybe his wife too.
Why would they all be here if that was the case? No, these are for his own personal use.
Objection, Your Honor. It is simply not possible for one person to use this many personal alarms. Why, you ask, because he is human, and therefore possesses only 2 hands.
20 hands wouldn't have be enough to count the number of objections I have to that objection. Alright.
That looks heavy. So this is what a president wears, huh? He must be made of something super special.
Yes, to protect him from bullets.
What? So it's not just for show?
Of course not. This is a bulletproof vest. Is it the president's?
Oh, so that's what one of those looks like. Why didn't you just say so? Now I feel silly.
I thought it was obvious, Kay. You're not actually stupid. Why are you acting stupid? Documents of some kind.
You can always steal a glance.
Oh. Another security plan.
Oh yeah, like the one from the trash can.
Precisely. But wait, something feels off. Yeah, this has different, like, writing. Oh, this also has way more pawns on it. There's pawns everywhere. Also covered in case amphibious assault. President's safety is paramount. Spectator area should be covered at all times. Yeah, there's all these pawns everywhere. It's the same rough diagram of the stage area.
Yeah, like the other security plan we found.
The one from earlier, you mean? Oh, this is the old one. Yeah. They swapped. Something's different, I'm sure of it. What could it mean? Time to put my powers of deduction into work. I mean, deduce? I mean,
Eureka!
I just had to deduce that I had the other one. Yeah, no, they're different, Edgeworth. Come on. Was the security detail reorganized at some point?
Huh? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday, says Knight. President's orders. Why the urgency? Because of what happened the day before. The killer here tried to take him down. He infiltrated the security detail, posed as one of ours. Rook figured it out first, but not before the guy got within striking distance of the president. Fuck. If our leader hadn't he's a horse, but I'm making him all chickeny. Look at him go with this confidence. If our leader hadn't stepped in just then, we'd have all been out of a job. But he made it, and our friend here wound up with a seriously twisted arm. Our friend here? Oh, the killer. Rook took a bullet in it for good measure, too.
And where were you while this was happening?
You were the first one I overpowered, were you not?
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Shut up, kid. Now I get it. Your neck has barely begun to heal, and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed.
It's you!
Busted my neck up so bad I couldn't even look up to my right. I was somewhat astonished to have sustained such an injury at all. A testament to Mr. Rook's skill. He was truly a master of his craft, unlike a certain other someone I could mention. I'm just as good as he ever was. You were a pawn to his queen, my young friend. What the heck do you know? Chess stuff. I don't even know about chess. So that's why you remembered Mr. Rook's name. You admired his skills as a bodyguard. Indeed, while I was serving on the team, I learned the names of all the operatives. But his in particular stayed with me. It joined the very short list of those who have ever successfully wounded me. So that's the connection he was talking about. And that's why we changed up the security plan. Had to be sure there weren't any more assassins in the ranks. The president didn't want anybody on stage he didn't trust, and he only trusts two people. Me and Rook. All right. Trustworthy eyes. How does that explain your change of position?
Oh yeah, he switched over to the right-hand side.
I told you, I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. Why? Just get somebody else. What do you mean? So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. I don't care if he trusts you. You're injured. Does this have a switch? That looks like a switch to me. A curious figure of a curious animal with a curious expression is staring straight at me.
And look, there's a big lever right by its butt.
Don't even think about it.
Oh, I wasn't thinking anything, I swear.
I imagine that lever opens the panels beneath my feet. I see. So he's standing on a trapdoor. I strongly advise you do not pull it. Do so and you will regret it. You know, I'm okay with taking some advice, especially when it's from a professional killer. Okay. Sure. That look like it. That look like everything. Except... yeah, no, it's everything. Television monitors. It's a bank of monitors displaying camera feeds from in and around the plane. I must scour the scene. That's us! This monitor is displaying a feed of this very room.
They didn't go cheap when they bought these, huh? Very high res.
Uh-oh, I'm afraid I can't quite tell myself, but...
I could even see the little crow's feet around your eyes.
Wow. Oh.
My bad. They're just the usual deeply etched lines, you know, on your forehead.
If you've quite finished. What on earth is this? Oh, that? It's the president's favorite plushie. He's a big, strong man. He got a big plush. It's a memento of something. Anyway, don't touch. It's on a monitor. If that's the case, then why has it been
left up there like nobody cares about it? Yeah, it is pretty weird.
Is this not a monitor? Oh, I guess it's not. This and this alone is not a television screen. It certainly wouldn't be the first place I would think to display a beloved item. Wait, are those shards of glass underneath it? I thought something seemed strange about this cubbyhole, but now I'm sure of it. There was almost certainly another monitor here. Alright. What about this? These monitors are displaying the cockpit and parts of the plane's exterior. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay. Well, what about the one that's gone? What about that? That's the outside of the plane. Most intruders could not hope to approach without being spotted. But such measures would be mere child's play in my case.
Whoa! You're saying you can get past cameras like these without being seen?
Of course, with ease.
You have to teach me how, please! Are you taking on apprentices by chance?
Okay, you do realize who you're talking to, don't you?
Sorry. Had to ask, though. What a great skill for a great thief to know.
Unfortunately for you, I am not the type to take on understudies.
You're not, huh? Shame.
He's a killer. Shame? In what way exactly? Okay, you wild girl. Okay, you crazy girl, says Edgeworth. Oy. Well, there's some Agasu Masksu. 2 gas masks in case of a poison attack, I guess. The president certainly seems to think he's at risk of assassination at all times.
Wow, gas masks! I've never seen one before. Heard plenty about them, of course.
Oh, from a fellow thief, I presume?
No, from the Jamming Ninja. You know, my favorite kids' TV show. Princess Murasaki was getting married, but toxic ninja Wolfsbane showed up to lay down some sick burns.
And time to tune out. Might save myself a brain cell or two. You love kids shows, Edgeworth. Do not lie to me, to us. It's a bird. A riot shield, and next to it, a canary in a cage.
Aw, she's so sweet. I want one. Did you ever see a cuter partner in crime?
Partner in crime?
Well, yeah. She can help me with lockpicking, stuff like that. A great thief has no greater ally than nature, Mr. Edgeworth.
She wants to be like Snow White. Sadly, such birds are most commonly used for detecting poisonous gases. Wait. This one isn't actually for that, is it? Yeah, it is. Edgeworth, it is. I don't know how to tell you this. It's a solid circular life preserver designed to be used in case of an emergency on the water. Or rather, the sea, to be more precise.
Oh, the sea! I love the sea! We should go sometime!
Sorry, but you'll have to make that particular trip without me.
Aw, don't be like that. Come on, it'll be fun. We can have lobster rolls, ice cream, all that good stuff.
Something tells me the sea isn't the main attraction for you, is it? You just want lobster ice cream. That's crazy. What's this? Someone has left an inflatable boat and an oar here. Probably so it's ready to go at any time.
Wait, but there's only one oar.
You can still row with one oar, you know. Yeah. It's allowed. The president is on the other side of this door.
And what door is this? Is it?
And
what a door it is. But I could get the better of it, though.
Get the better of it? Doors aren't meant to be broken.
But look how heavy it is. Take it. Look at that lock. It's just sitting there begging me to try it.
Calm down, Kay, and think. Why might this door be locked?
For me to open it, of course.
Precisely. For you to open it, of course. Wait, what is the right answer anyway? What? What? Alright, I guess let's just talk to them. I have high hopes for your investigation. I do hope you won't betray my trust. Yeah, let's ask about the shit. Things are progressing well, I hope. There's no need to worry. Things are progressing just fine. Remember, I absolutely despise betrayals of all kinds. Yes, I know. Indeed you do, so please do take care not to double-cross me, accidentally or otherwise. Ugh. Really have no choice but to do as he says for now. Assassination attempt. Can't believe I let an assassin onto the president's plane! You know very well it was for the good of the investigation, Mr. Knight. don't give me that. I know what you really want. I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want. You do indeed, because you heard me say it already. I wish to know the truth behind Mr. Rook's death. But you did also say you were asked to assassinate the president by a certain someone. You seem to have forgotten that there are more pressing matters at hand. Yerk, ark! I don't often carry out unpaid work, but it's not entirely unheard of. Fine, I'll get back to the investigation. Good. I am expecting great things from you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, maybe we need to deduce something. It's time to deduce some stuff, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Bullet through the body, bulletproof vest. We found the bullet. We found the bullet, baby. 2 bullets were fired in total. We know this because 2 shots were heard. One traveled through the flag and into the balloon. The other took Mr. Rook's life.
But there's a bullet in the president's vest too, right? How is that possible?
How indeed, the numbers don't add up. However, there is one possible explanation.
There he is.
Cowboy Mark, hello. Welcome. How are you? After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life then found itself lodged in the vest. In other words, 2 of our bullets were in fact 1.
No way!
He's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse. I'm doing pretty good. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. I'm busy vibing, baby. Hell yeah. I hope you enjoy hanging out and listening to silly voices. Boom, 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 boom. And watching a murder most foul. He wasn't injured at all by the impact. Even when obstructed by a vest, a bullet can inflict serious damage. Sure, I've known guys who got broken bones that way. But the president's okay. He's made a strong stop.
Sounds like he didn't even need a vest.
Let's not get carried away here. I want that bullet's ballistic markings analyzed.
Remind me what those are again?
Guns leave a unique pattern of grooves on every bullet they fire. Excuse me. By examining these grooves, we can use them to identify which gun it came from. Think of them as fingerprints on a sword.
You can tell all that from a bullet? What are we waiting for? Do the dang thing.
Might be easier said than done. That bullet hit solid armor. The impact will have completely flattened it. You'll be lucky if there's anything left for forensics to find.
What?
But I was all set for some analyzing. It's a flat bullet. It's time to solve the crime. That's quite enough investigating for now. What is taking so long, Detective Gumshoe? I don't remember what we're waiting for from him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, have you solved the case? No, not yet. Is that so? Perhaps interviewing another key witness might help you do so. Another witness? Who?
You kiddo mean?
The most important witness of all, the man on the other side of that door. He really intends to have me question the president. Now, if you would be so kind as to summon him, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop right there, killer! You're nuts if you think I'd let him anywhere near you! Well, Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching us through your security feed, aren't you? In which case, I politely request that you show yourself. That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. Grr. Come out, wherever you are. Well then, if nothing else, we now know what kind of man you really are. But Mr. President! Stop, you can't do this! Let's all just calm down, alright? Come on, Detective, where in blazes are you? Eek! The lights, what's happening? Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth. I would advise you stay very still. Seems I will not be granted my audience with the president after all. Even with Mr. Knight's life as my bargaining chip. No, stop! Ah! Eek! Like there's a handgun right there. Someone can grab. Hello, train. Okay, you won't get away with this, to killer. I have seen enough, and now I know the truth. Where are you? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Arg! Whoa. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth. Bye. See you later. Worth. Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! He's just dead, flat. He must have been knocked unconscious. Sir, you're okay. Are you alright?
Are you alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Never mind me. He didn't hurt you, did he, Kay?
Nah, I'm fine. I only just woke myself up. My head'll be sore for a while, but that's about it. So you can stop worrying!
Detective, did you manage to stop the killer? Well, see, Miss Lloyd came running out of the plane and, she told us he flew the coop. We were too late. I'm sorry, sir. Bodyguard over there told us something, too. Seems there's an inflatable boat missing by the window. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake. What about the cordon around the park? I called everybody back to in to stake out the plane, including the guy stationed across the water. No, so he's completely slipped through our fingers? Not the best look for the department, but yeah. Hey, Edgeworth! Mr. Knight, you're alive. Yeah, no thanks to that murderer. Oh, that reminds me. I found this line on the ground next to you, Mr. Edgeworth. A calling card marked with a seashell by the seashore. Guess he wanted to leave a message. What does it say? The killer usually leaves these next to the bodies of his victims. But you're not dead, sir. But I could have been. Maybe that's the message. I can't stop thinking about his parting words. I have seen enough. I now know the truth. I leave the rest in your capable hands. And now I know the truth. The truth about what? Roger that. All clear out here, sir. Over. What's going on? That was the president. He's coming out. Now. He had his own bodyguards in the... God, he's ripped. He's a real lion of a man. So he's the president of Zhengfa, Mr. Dijun Wang. And you are? It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm Dijun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Zhengfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. Sharky, hello. I don't think this voice is gonna be it. He's like an elf. Like, why's he got them pointed ears? You must be referring to the Yatagarasu case. Thank you, sir, but all I did was solve a few local cases of murder. You are too humble. I've been observing your investigation. You are an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth, even if the killer did get away. It's very kind of you to say, so he was watching through his security feed. Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes. What do you mean? Whoa, I thought that was not his index finger. Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall say this only once. Not to surprise me of the state of affairs. From this point forward, the case will be handled by Zhengfa's police force, the finest in the world. Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case? What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would have... Detective. Forgive him, Mr. President, but I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why this case falls within Zhengfa's jurisdiction. You fail to see? Enough, puny prosecutor. You seek explanation from the head of a state? I say no, 1,000 times no. I will not explain myself to you. Now hand over the evidence you've gathered and remove yourself from this plane. I'd do as he says if I were you, Edgeworth. This can't really be the end of the line, can it? What the hell? Case evidence handed to Mr. Knight. Why? Why let us come so far only to pull the case out from under us? Now you may leave. Knight, detain the suspect. Yes, sir, right away. To make an attempt on my life, to murder one of my faithful servants, the effrontery, the villainy.
I didn't murder anyone. 'Cause I...
Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist.
I...
Answer me this, in a world already lousy with lies, with deception, with sin and inequity. Can we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no, 1,000 times no. There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender. Why, you ask me? Then I will tell you. He's hiding something. I'm certain of it. If I leave now, we'll never know the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Mr. Edgeworth, there's gotta be something we can do.
Think, Miles, remember. How many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom? You've confronted the lies of witnesses and countered the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. And yet you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. With your greatest weapon of all, your words. Yeah, chess battle him, Miles. Battle him with your chess pieces. Yeah! Now, let us analyze the state of play. Think on, pretty prosecutor, or do you dare defy the direct order of a president? He's not going to listen. He clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best thing to do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's a head of a state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily. I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert. If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find my moment. My first aim should be to find out why he is insisting on Zhang Fa taking over the case. The board is set. Time to make my opening gambit. Alright. Alright, Mr. Mind Chess. Why am I off the case? Could you at least explain to me why I am off the case? Imbecile, cease your insolent jabbering. I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own, and they are none of your concern. If I want to take this any further, I'll need a clue. Okay. God, they're really just gonna say the wrong tack every time. Did I give you permission to speak? No, 1,000 times no. Bide my time. I am the leader of Zhang Fa. I have no time for your insolent backchat. I was simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force? I do. Now enough of your pointless questions. Do you really think I'm gonna give up? You must have realized by now what a massive corner you've talked yourself into. No, that was wrong. I needed to bide my time better. Who will be taking over? I gotta start over every time. Bide my time. Zip. Zip. Bide my time. Good boy. The interior of this plane is the sovereign territory of Zhang Fa. You have no rights here. Is that so? Could it be that our current location itself is significant somehow? I should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. Explain to me why I'm off the case. Could you at least explain to me why I'm off the case? Perhaps it's time to employ my clue. Are they related to our current location? In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location. Oh, he's sniffling. Huh, you smarmy smart aleck. As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Zhang Fa. From that, we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply inside here. Is that correct? Enough! Cease your objectionable whining. Bide my time, I guess. If you have nothing else to say, then stop wasting my time. Oh, fuck. Come on! Do I really gotta... Oh my god. This is not gonna be my favorite part of this game. Is redoing all this shit again every time. Are things getting too hot for you? You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated. Burm! He's got so much animation. You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. It's true, extraterritoriality applies. Your laws mean nothing here. And why does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here. Interesting. So extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all of this. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? Yeah, give me all my time back, my god. Hell yeah. This next move will surely decide the victor. He may be the president, but nobody is untouchable. I'll just have to find the right angle of attack. Does that rule really apply here? You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it? Do you even understand what you are asking? Of course. If I didn't, I wouldn't ask it. Have you no shame calling into question the good word of one such as myself? I have nothing to be ashamed of. You must have realized by now what a massive... Oh, no. Fiddle DD, baby, baby. This is hard. Bide my time. Logic chess can be rough. Hello! Oh. I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be saved from your own foolishness. You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who is being wrongfully accused of this crime. Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. The right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Shang-Fa. If I want to take this any further, I'll need a clue of some kind. Let me try another. You've overplayed your hand, I guess. Surely you see that you have overplayed your hand. Nobody asked your opinion. You need only a baby, nothing else. Bide my time. You dare tell me how to govern, how to lead, how dare contradict me? On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt, yes, I do. No, she is guilty. She is the culprit. There is nothing left to debate. Bide my time. Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There is no other viable suspect. Fascinating. So he's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane, which could be a vital clue. Okay. Believe that extraterritoriality. Have you no shame? Bide my time. No more time for this. Chivalry is admirable, but this is Shang-Fa. Time to deploy my clue. She fired at you from outside the plane. No, no, no. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified. Kaboom. Yarg! How could I have? Bested by a mere prosecutor, but I am the president! The president! Checkmate. My chest. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. This is so dramatic. I trust you won't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President. Grr. I'm a big lion man. You know what he looks like? He looks like the Lionels from Breath of the Wild. I hereby officially and unreservedly confirm my approval. Consider it a gesture of the magnanimity, and generosity for which my good office is known. Yes, for without noble acts such as these, unmistakably and irrefutably wait, there can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty on our hearts. He's going autoplay. People of Shang-Fa, I swear to you, here and now the investigation will continue.
All that when he could have just said, okay, you got.
Mr. Knight, if you could care to return the evidence. Jose, hello! Monster Truck Toys. How are you, Jose? Take it!
We did it, Mr. Edgeworth! We burped!
We sure did, and now the investigation can continue. Whatever! I don't even care. Enjoy your pocket full of pawns. I'll be over here enjoying how you put them into play. With my gun. Wolfie, hello! Good morning. Then you will definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor if you would be so kind. What is it? I'm doing well. How are you? I got a little bit of a sore throat, but I'm okay otherwise. Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself? Now you want me to testify? Whoa, that's your next move. If you want the president to testify, you'll have to take him to court. All in good time, Mr. Knight. He will get his day in court soon enough. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate in the investigation stage of the process, they are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so. What? What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't know? Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks. Thank you for your cooperation. Now listen, and listen well. I'll listen. It's got a bit chilly and my footsies are cold. Oh no, you gotta wear them sockles. I'm a little tired and craving for carols. What? Your what? Like Christmas carols? Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, Rook and Knight jumped in front of me. Then, bang! A shot rang out and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. Not hesitating for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me to the safety of the plane. And then, the second shot. The bullet went right through Rook and lodged itself in the bulletproof vest I was wearing. Carol's is a breakfast restaurant in California. I'm in California. I've never heard of Carol's. Carol's? Maybe that's like an LA thing. Carol's restaurant. Where are they? Not now. No, there's some. Let me do a. Well, there's one in Sacramento. Is there only one? Oh, there's just one. Oh, it's just one in Sacramento. Oh, okay. Oh. I've never been. That's not too far.
I guess if you look at it from one way, the president is also a victim here.
Yes, the victim of an attempted assassination. Rook was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. I get the whole hog. Whoa. Yeah, hold on. What is that? Is it on the menu? Hold on. Let me just yeah, okay. All right. Hold on. So let's look at the menu. What's the whole hog? Whole hog breakfast, ham, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, eggs, toast, potatoes. That's not even expensive. This is all pretty affordable. Breakfast burrito. Everything's so cheap. That's crazy. Blueberry pancakes. Oh my god. Wait, what do we got? Chili omelet. Oh, I'm sorry. San Francisco Joe. Anyways, all right. Maybe someday I'll eat there. Hell yeah. But that makes it even weirder. Why would the target of a crime try to obstruct the investigation?
My guess is that there's something behind all of that, all this that he doesn't want to be made public. A cover-up, huh? I knew there was more to this case than meets the eye. And the president isn't the only one who knows the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Knight? Time to get to the bottom of this once and for all.
President Wang's testimony. The stage.
Hold it!
Yeah, hold it.
And how would you describe the incident exactly? Oh, you naive little man. Do you really think your silly, simple question will shake me? I was involved in a craven attempt to silence me with cold steel. And while I was speaking to my adore in public, no less.
Suddenly, Rook and Knight jumped in front of me.
Hold it!
This is, the Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney. This is the second game. But it's the beginning of the second game. So this is like a tutorial level, kinda. When they stepped in to protect you, were you aware of the fact that you were being targeted?
I was aware. Was I aware that? No, I was aware of my audience, nothing else. When I step up to the podium, I enter another world entirely, a place of rapture, a place beyond words.
Yeah, I think that's called stage fright. I bet you were like a deer in the headlights.
No, 1,000 times no. I remember every second. Each moment is indelibly etched into my memory. When Rook and Knight stepped in, I was shocked, overwhelmed, taken aback. The bang! A shot ran out and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby.
That's new information. About that red balloon.
Are you trying to test me, Mr. Prosecutor?
No, Mr. President. I simply wish to confirm what you remember.
Very well. There were 2 very large, very round balloons. One on either side of the stage. Their deep crimson hues stood stark against the sky, just as the security plan said they would.
The same security plan we found in the trash can, I assume.
Rook and Knight leapt to my aid just before the balloon exploded. Not hesitating for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane.
You said they tried to escort you back onto the plane?
Yes, that is exactly what I said. They threw open their attaché cases.
That must be the moment Kay captured on camera.
And immediately moved to help me back onto the aircraft. And then the second shot.
Hold it!
Do you know where that second bullet went? Is this how you treat a foreign dignitary, or do you really think such needling questions necessary?
Whoa, what's he so upset about?
Must you insist on going over the same details again and again? Even my patience has its limits. You know full well where it went. The bullet went right through Rook and launched itself into the bulletproof vest. Hold there. If I may ask, what was the victim like in that moment? He was a man amongst men, a real hero. The mere impact of the bullet took my breath away, and yet he had the strength to grab me and rush me back inside the presidential plane. So you and the victim entered the plane together, is that correct? Yes, he offered his noble protection, and I gladly accepted it. As it should be. Always as it should be. That sounds nice and all, but it doesn't mean he's always just the first to make his escape. He's the president, detective. It's basically in his job description to do so.
Nothing he's saying seems too off base.
Guy's the victim here. Wouldn't make much sense for him to lie to us, you know. Guess we gotta assume he's telling the... No, not one of the things he said is clearly wrong. Think back to the scene of the crime.
Huh? Did we miss something? All right, let me see that evidence again.
Might as well take another look. I think it's about the balloon. Okay, so let's take another look at what we got. President, so this is the recording. President thrusts his fist into the air. And then the gun go bang bang. We got the pictures. Oh, we got the picture. Okay, that picture does not help us. That picture does not help us. Okay. Oh, hold on. A balloon of red. I mean, like... an unblemished balloon of red. Great. That's a seashell. They don't even know how to use the 3 seashells. Okay. I don't know how that killed him, also. It doesn't really look like it pierced his lung. Why did this get him? I guess it's sort of near the heart. I mean... Oops. Oh, shit. Are you going to SAC Anime? Probably. We usually do. Cozy and I. When is the next one? Is it this year, or is it like in 2025? I know the winter one. Sometimes is right before and sometimes is right after. I haven't kept track. Yeah, right after 3 to 5th. Okay. I know SAC Anime was right before the pandemic. That was we went to the SAC Anime that was like outside in a temporary venue, and it was terrible. And then that was the last con we went to for years. I guess I'll present the balloon. Objection! Okay, that was correct. It had just rained, and there were puddles everywhere, and it was cold. It was terrible, but the revamped center is very nice. You say it was a plain red balloon that burst, but I strongly beg to differ. What? Take a look at this. I think you'd agree that's hardly plain, would you? No! What? Who is that? Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai. I would have hoped you might recognize him, especially if you were hoping to ingratiate yourself with the people of this country.
Yeah, you need to watch the Jammin' Ninja 2. He's amazing.
So you see, I'm Darman. The balloon that was struck by the bullet was anything but plain. It was in fact of the Steel Samurai. But the briefing mentioned 2 plain red balloons. Was he not there? Oh. There they are, right on the security plan.
They do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple round balloons.
Did he have a body double? Is that what it was? Now, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself. Yes, Mr. President. Seems that Steel Samurai balloon was borrowed at the last minute, sir. Borrowed? That's what we were told. Guess they only reported the incident to us bodyguards, though. Seems there was a little trouble here on site last night. One of the original balloons burst somehow.
So they swapped it as an emergency replacement.
Yeah, one of the stall holders must happen to have it. From what I hear, he was more than willing to lend it out. A very happy-go-lucky kind of guy, they said. A happy-go-lucky stall holder with a steel samurai balloon to spare. Huh. Hate that the revamped building has fussy security. Well, that was just that 1 year, and now they stopped doing it, Cozy. Because, like, yeah, 1 year, some guy had a big fucking head on his stupid, dumb shoulders and was like, oh, you can't sit down. And now they don't seem to care in future, subsequent years. But that 1 year, it was just like, all right, bud, like, fuck off. Like, shut up. Okay. They filled the bottom part of the balloon with air to make it look like the other ornamental balloon. So while it was a steel samurai balloon, it was made to look like a plain red one above water. Is that the long and short of it? Knight, why was I not informed of this? Sorry, sir, we didn't think it was a pressing issue. And indeed, you saw it and knew no different, correct? Not in an aisle, not blocking a door. Yeah, no, it was crazy. Yes, I suppose so. You really have mistaken the steel samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something. I don't think that that's, like... I guess the balloons are not in this photo. Interesting. I could have sworn we had seen something with them up, but I guess not. Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon. Of course! What's that outburst for? I remember we can only sit next to the wall for charging our phone. Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like in the last couple years, they stopped giving a shit. Or they were talked to. But I don't know. One guy just had a power trip, and nobody else seemed to give a shit, so. Now I remember. I could barely see the balloon. You couldn't see it? That's right. The wind was blowing too hard. The flags to the sides of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view. I'm telling you, I think somebody was inside the balloon. That's what I said yesterday. Yes, those two flags. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I'm a master blaster of detection. So the person was in the balloon, shot at the president. Probably, maybe. They were being blown back towards me. There would have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident. Strong enough to blow the flags in just such a fashion. But does that conflict anyway with our understanding? Yes, it does. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction. Call you Agent Comfy Cat. Yeah, hell yeah. It has? Yes, a contradiction that could turn this entire case on its head. When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. But if the wind had previously been blowing the flags as the president describes, a certain piece of evidence certainly takes on a very different meaning. It's the one with this. Is this. Present.
Take that!
Take it! Earlier, we deduced that the bullet that struck the steel samurai balloon and the bullet that passed through the flag were one in the same. From these two things, we further deduce the trajectory of the bullet that the bullet must have taken. Red leather, yellow leather. And we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. But if the flags were blowing, as the president describes, our conclusion becomes quite different.
No way! If the flags are pointed in the other direction!
Exactly. Our trajectory changes completely. I told you guys! What did I say? And if we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired that shot.
Wait, but Mr. Edgeworth, that would mean...
Yes, I know. We may not yet understand the reason why, but it can only have been one person who did it. Who does the bullets... What? I have to implicate a person? Oh, well, I mean, Knight, I guess we're still assuming that it was somebody out here. So Knight fired a shot.
Take that!
The person who fired that shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight. Well, what? The path from the balloon back through the flag leads directly to the spot where you were standing. But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons? That is absurd. What exactly are you trying to imply? That Mr. Knight, a man who has saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin?
Seriously, Edgeworth, we put up with a lot from you, but this? We're President Wang's bodyguards. We're the pieces to put on the board to protect the king.
I'll handle this, Knight.
Sorry, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech. But the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, can it not? Therefore, I need proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags during that crucial moment.
The first shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps it can also show us.
Take that!
Your proof is in this picture right here.
This should be good. Which picture? Where?
Can we see which way the flag was blowing? Isn't that the flag? That's the flag right there.
Take that!
Well, do you deny that it clearly shows the flag? There we have it. Proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting.
So that means our pal over there did shoot the balloon.
Making him the assassin!
Mr. Knight is not the assassin. I don't think that's correct. Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss.
Yeah, besides, why would he even shoot the balloon? What would be the point? And watch how you answer. I might aim for something else next. You're ding-a-ling.
There was a point, I'm sure of it. Did you just say you were going to shoot my ding-a-ling off? That's crazy. If I can figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. And save my ding-a-ling. Knight definitely shot the balloon. Yeah, his gun hand is just out there. And he's looking over there. This fact alone changes everything about the case. To do some stuff. To do some stuff. Connect. Shwee. Why did Knight's assigned position change?
I told you, I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage.
But is that the only reason? Let us suppose that the plan hadn't changed, that Knight had remained posted to the left. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right, would he even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping one of the balloons? And if we suppose that to be the case, the two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at one point?
Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders.
That's right, the president was the one who ordered the change.
Wee wee boop 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 boop.
Alright, baby. Not the ding-a-ling. If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting, which means he must have had foreknowledge that he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else that's been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get a gun past such heavy security? And why would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away the location in an instant? And how did the president suffer no injuries at all, despite a direct hit to his vest? These are the questions that Knight and the president don't want us to consider. There was only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt.
What?
Huh?
Idiot, you do understand what you're saying.
Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. Most of all, I understand why you were so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden. How dare you speak to me in that way? Is this some sort of sick joke?
Oh, it's no joke, I assure you. It is simply the truth as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning, nothing more. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. The sound of gunfire and the bursting of the balloon were guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again.
He did?
Yes, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. As for why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the president had been hit.
So then what's the deal with the one in the vest?
I'm willing to bet that bullet was planted there long before the shooting ever occurred. Whoop.
Look at him! He looks so silly. Oh my god.
Hee! So Mr. Heroic President didn't take a bullet after all.
That's not true. I was shot, I tell you. We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rook's blood on it, correct?
What was that face he made? Look at this face! He's just like holding his breath. He's like, oh.
But you said it yourself. You found the shooter in the photograph, the person with the red hood.
Objection!
I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight.
Then where does Tabby fit into all this?
She was simply one part of their plan. In order to place the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin. The highly suspicious person with the red hood. I have yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Ms. Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the president.
That's right. Then I was
Tasked with turning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yes. Thus making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. Then, when the gun and the security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could vanish into thin air.
B-Zura, 29 months. Hello, B. How are you? Oh my goodness. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome.
But then the case would have gone cold. Exactly what our friends here were hoping for.
Makes sense now why they wanted you off the case.
Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetuated by the president himself.
Whoa, he's deflating. How are you? Oh, no! What? What do you mean?
No,
How are you? I'm doing well. Good morning. I hope you're doing good also. Be champion. Oh my gosh.
The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Admit it, the entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it?
He's like a walrus now.
Oh, and if that stupid chief prosecutor hadn't insisted on signing you, how could I let this happen?
Objection!
Whoa.
Well, that's enough, Edgeworth. But Mr. Knight! Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, I'm doing my job as a knight and protecting my king.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
So go ahead, keep running your mouth. Perhaps it would be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words.
He wouldn't, would he?
Nah, I don't need this thing to shut you up. Alright, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How do you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands? An excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. You had a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions. Certain something, huh? Mighty specific.
What did he use? Oh, I don't know. Was it the case? Hydrate. You got it. Alex. Hello, Alex.
My attaché case. Yes, take a look at Kay's photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At the very moment this picture was taken, you were firing your gun. And in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection!
Alright. You don't like to let the facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth? Shame you don't seem to have noticed. Noticed what? The theories are all you have. Conjectures, nothing more. That flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hid my gun with my attaché case. We changed security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation, circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine, you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You gonna go dredge it up? I hate to say it, but he's right. I don't have anything concrete. I thought not. Maybe now you can shut your mouth.
Hold it. What up, girl?
Miss Lloyd?
Of course, she could shed some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk.
What's the matter? Something you want to say, Miss Journalist?
No, never mind.
I gave her a different voice yesterday. She's getting a new voice today. That's what I thought. Miss Lloyd,
Ooh.
I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You are a journalist, after all, are you not? Did you lie to me about that, too? You absolute buffoon. You clown.
Dang it. I can't stay quiet any longer.
Hey, you understand what you're doing, right? I'd think carefully before opening that mouth of yours.
I was so focused on bagging me a scoop, I forgot the most important thing of all. Real journalists don't lie. Ain't no dang scoop if they ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I should have showed you this before.
What is it?
It's a laser pointer I used on the president. But that's all I've done. I never shot nobody.
You stupid. I thought I told you. You squeal and you go down as an accomplice.
It was him. He told me to do it. I was at Jake Files Embassy sniffing out a story like I told you. This was 3 days back. He comes up out of the blue, just starts talking. Hear me out, and I'll get you an exclusive access to the president. That kind of stuff.
But what about the gun and the trash can?
That I don't know nothing about, I swear it. All he told me was to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point out their pointer at the president. I never thought for a minute it'd blow up in my face so bad. I'm sorry. I am.
Thank you, Miss Lloyd. I'd like you to testify to that effect when this goes to trial. It ought to go a long way towards proving, oh my god, that the assassination was a sham.
Mark, what's wrong with you people? Don't any of you all know what's good for you?
My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from this case as you'd intended, perhaps then you could have kept your pawn quiet.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness. This guy really reminds me of, there's these like 2 unicorn boys in Breath of Fire 3. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can. This guy he's horse-headed, so it makes sense. And it's Capcom also. Unicorns, Breath of Fire 3. Sunder and Blunder or something. Where's a good picture? I guess, this isn't like the best picture, I guess, but, yeah, look at this. They're 2, like, unicorn, boys. They don't really look the same at all. They just remind me of them. Now that I look at them. Grr.
So let me get this straight. You told Tabby, if you let slip about our fake assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder! Or something like that.
Oh, balls are dirty. I said no such thing. Hold it. No. President Wang. Give it up, Knight. It's time we came clean. It's our only choice. So, Mr. President, you admit it. You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt. Reminds me of toxicity. Yeah. I do. I'm sorry.
But why? Why do something like that?
My popularity has been on the wane back home. I thought surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I needed. I know what we did was wrong, so yes, it was all lies, all of it. But the bullet in the vest. It was planned ahead of time. I wasn't hit by anything today.
But then, what was up with the killer?
Our plan got out somehow. And then he just appeared, hell-bent on turning our fake assassination into a real one. Hence the red raincoat, I suppose. He'd hoped to get in close enough as the fake assassin to finish the job. There is one thing I don't understand, though. Oh, and what would that be? Why did Rook have to die? If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real? That's true, and therein lies the real question. He was a fine bodyguard, the best in fact. He may not have been a native of Zhengfa, but he was someone I could fully trust.
Mr. Rook must have been really something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow.
Sounds like he was as trustworthy to the president as I am to you, huh, sir? I believe that's for me to say, Detective, not you. Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too, then, correct? He wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really. I tried to involve him, but he refused. And you would have done well to listen to him. This is a tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted. Oh, what did he say?
What's so great about him anyway?
What's gotten into him?
It was just another piece on the board, there to protect you, nothing more.
Mr. Knight, how could you?
Who was it that actually went along with your plan, huh, Mr. President? Well, that pious coward backed down when you needed him to step up the most.
I value your support too, of course, but...
Look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters. And now that that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are going to change around here. Thanks to me, genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team.
We are all well aware of your ambitions, Knight. But doesn't this seem a little imprudent to you?
Why? My plan this time was perfect, as they always are, and as they always will be.
That's quite a statement. Especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure.
Yeah, no thanks to you and that buffoon Rook.
And how exactly was it Mr. Rook's fault?
If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me. And I wouldn't have had to let you all this blame.
Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that.
Fine, that guy died protecting you, Mr. President. I'm sure that's what he always wanted.
But did he die protecting the president?
Wait, I thought the whole assassination thing was fake. Oh, come on, do I have to say everything twice? We planned a fake assassination, but someone else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edgeworth, one of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon. But the second, that wasn't me.
Oh, really? Then who did fire it?
The real assassin, but not the killer. His plan was to come after the president with a knife. No, the most likely suspect here is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. Our lily white queen over there.
What? Miss Lloyd!
Again with this, I'm not your danged assassin. But is that really true? I, for one, don't believe it. The gun in the trash can, it can only belong to you.
Yeah, it's got the same, like, branding. Okay, but here, okay, so let me say this at the top, right? Because he's talking all like, well, I only fired 1 shot. How could it be that I couldn't have done it? There was another real shot. However, the planted gun had 2 bullets missing. So, like, the plan must have always been to fire 2 shots. As soon as I shot that balloon, I rushed over to help Rook escort the president back onto the plane. I took Rook here into this room while I secured the president in the safe room. When I came back out, Rook was lying here on the ground. This journalist must have shot Rook while we were escorting the president off stage. Excuse me. That single killer shot was fired by the gun you found in the trash can. No, it can't be true. Can't be true. It cannot be true. 2 spent bullets. The knight doesn't protect the Rook, Edgeworth. He protects the king.
You want to translate?
He means that his only concern was protecting the president. Lose the king and you lose the game. Isn't that the first rule of chess? I'm gonna go charge my phone. Goodbye. Have a good day. But a win in which a key piece is sacrificed is a hollow victory indeed.
Doesn't matter. It's still a victory. I kept the president safe. I win.
Well, it's a bit early to be calling our little match in any case, for this is where our battle really begins.
Oh my god!
Alright, I think we can just skip right to the end. That single killer shot. Fired by the one in the trash can.
Objection!
I don't even need to press you at all. It's glaring. I told you, what did I just say? So you contend that it was you who shot the balloon and Miss Lloyd who shot Mr. Rook. Are you sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, that is what... Well, what you proposed would indeed match up with the total number of shots heard. The gun from the trash can itself also had been fired twice. Come on with these spaces are amazing. Now, why would the supposed number of shots heard from this gun differ from the number of spent rounds? It's simple, because it was planted by the real perpetrator of the crime.
Somebody faked the evidence?
Yes, and if you think about it, their reason for doing so is obvious. To ensure that whoever found the gun would conclude that the shooter had been in the spectator area. And in order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots had come from this one weapon.
I get it, so that's why I got 2 spent rounds, huh?
Precisely. As we have already proven, the bullet that burst the balloon came from a different weapon, which makes it entirely possible that the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from this gun either.
Huh, nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. But why don't you get to the point? You've come this far. Spit it out.
Oh, I intend to. Don't worry. I intend to spit it all out, whatever that means. the person who shot Mr. Rook was you, it had to be you. Who else could it be?
You, Mr. Knight, you're the one who murdered Mr. Rook.
Oh, finally got up the courage to say it, huh?
Surely not. Surely you wouldn't have.
Well, it wasn't only the killer who tried to take advantage of this fake murder plot. You killed Mr. Rook, hoping that he would look like an accidental victim of the bungled assassination. Oh, excuse me. With the president locked away in a safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed, it was just you and Mr. Rook alone together. And that was when the third bullet was fired, right into your colleague's body.
Objection!
Wait, you're really gonna claim there's a third one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were heard. Want to tell me how that works?
Objection!
Airplane cabins are practically soundproof, Mr. Knight, if you close the door. Nothing can be heard from the outside, not even gunfire.
Wasn't the president right next door?
Very true, which means he may have heard the shot himself. Well, Mr. President?
I didn't hear anything.
But you can observe this room through your security feed, can you not?
The camera in this room isn't normally on. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe room.
And that's what you did this time too, right?
Fucking, I didn't do that.
What's gotten into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important.
Please,
President Wang!
Fine, I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my ears.
What? Even though you knew the whole thing wasn't real?
Yes, because I hate the sound of guns. Just the slightest hint of that awful noise and, oh, it's just too much.
You gotta take these off in spring? Hell yeah! I'm so glad. That's beautiful.
Oof, that there's sadder than the pot of overcooked crawfish.
Ahem.
Mr. Knight, you said the President Wang was cowering beneath... you saw the President Wang was cowering beneath the bed. And what's more, you knew from the monitor bank that the security camera from this room hadn't been switched on. Which means you knew that the circumstances were perfect for you to fire the third shot straight at Mr. Rook.
Knight, how could you? Could you really have betrayed my trust so horribly?
You think I killed the old half-wit? You don't trust me much, huh? This is the thanks I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day.
I want to believe you, but...
I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is there to doubt here? What, you don't believe that the girl over there could have done it?
No, because this gun isn't the murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired.
Yeah, well, how do you know there wasn't a spent bullet from the start?
What?
Someone could have fired a bullet from that gun yesterday or the day before. Then today, another bullet. The bullet that hit Rook.
That's pure speculation, pal, and you know it.
Maybe. But can you prove it's not true?
Not with any certainty, no.
You're nothing without conclusive proof, so come on. A single piece of evidence straight through my heart. I dare you. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
There must be something. Mustn't there, Mr. Edgeworth? If we can't prove it, Tabbies. Please, Ruffles. I messed up. I know I did. I never should have done what I did, not even for a scoop. But murder? No, that ain't me. Ain't the murderous bone in my body.
Conclusive proof. If only I could prove that Knight's gun is the murder weapon. Wait, perhaps I can.
If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine you could run forensics to see if it matched my gun.
If we had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook... Oh, it's in the TV that's missing. If we had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook... Well, if I was just pointing a gun at them and he's so nonchalant about it, yeah. Forensics could tell us which gun it was fired from.
No proof, no case, end of conversation.
Objection!
Hold it right there.
What now? You're not about to claim you do have proof.
I'd walk.
Of course I do.
This ought to be good. All right, bring it on. Show me this proof of yours.
The bullet that killed Mr. Rook is the key to ending our little game. Very well, my conclusive evidence is not in my possession. Not currently in my possession.
All right then, thanks for playing, folks, but that's game over.
However, it is here in this room.
What?
As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body. But where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back to an earlier conversation.
After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life then found itself lodged in the vest.
He's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse.
But now, of course, we know that the so-called assassination attempt was a complete fabrication. The vest was prepared in advance, made to look as if it had been hit by a bullet. Which begs the question, where is the real bullet?
I like it, a twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on, then, don't keep us in suspense.
Does any of the evidence point to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook might have ended up? TV banks, baby. There's something very clearly missing from this room.
Yes, prosecutor with some common sense. Got him. Got he. Oh.
Take a look at this bank of security monitors.
Oh!
Or no, that was the other guy. Oh, I see you've caught on, Mr. President. Splendid. There are screens here showing views from all around the airplane, inside and out. The only external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft. And that's because one of the monitors is missing. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President?
There was. I have no idea what my plushie is doing there now, though.
His plushie. Now it makes more sense that he's got a plushie if he's, like, not a big, tough, strong guy. It appears... This game has a lot of typos. Look at this. It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what is obvious. This kind of shit they should fix. They should fix these typos. This isn't like a fun little... Just fix it. Fix it with a patch. I don't understand why they don't just fix it with a patch. It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what is currently lacking. But where did it go, and where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? The why is easy enough to answer, because it was struck by a bullet. For if we were to believe that the bullet in the vest was the real deal, then anything that hinted at the existence of another bullet had to be removed.
So, where did the missing monitor go?
Where indeed? I believe that it must be hidden somewhere on this plane. After all, there wouldn't have been time to dispose of it outside the aircraft. Detective Gumshoe, conduct a search if you would.
Right away, sir.
Mr. President, extraterritoriality, remember?
I have no objection to the search. Please go ahead. If it'll help us discover the truth behind what happened to Rook, I will not stand in your way.
What are you? I don't believe this. Rook this, Rook that. Don't you ever think about anyone else?
The search has been authorized, Detective, if you wouldn't mind. Search everywhere. Detective, we'll just sit here and watch you.
Sir, I found the monitor. Don't ask me where it was, but I found it.
Excellent work. Now go ahead and extract the bullet.
Let's see. I put my hand in here and just... Come on. Got it.
Well, would you look at that blood? This is the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. There's no doubt about it.
Bloody bullet.
We're not done yet, though, if I'm getting evidence. Excuse me. And there you have it, Mr. Knight. The single piece of evidence you requested straight through your heart. Even you must now admit, if this bullet didn't come from the Spectator area gun, then Ms. Lloyd cannot be Mr. Rook's killer. What, no pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullet for striations. No. Striations. And compare them to the gun we found.
Yes, sir. We'll get the evidence you need. You can count on it.
Go, baby, go. Gumshoe, super speed. Star, good morning. Or not for you. Good time zone. God, oh no, he doesn't even fit in his shirt anymore. All right, let's hear what forensics has to say.
Our findings are as follows, sir. Firstly, the blood on the bullet is indeed that of the victim,
proving that it was the bullet that killed Mr. Rook.
Secondly, we found Mr. Knight's fingerprints on the gun.
Probably from when I handed all the evidence over to him. Now for the key part, the striations. If they're not a match, then Ms. Lloyd is in the clear.
Lastly, the striations on the bullet are a match with this weapon.
What? But how could that be?
No way! Oh, come on! There's no doubt about it, sir. This is the gun that fired the bullet.
How?
Well, isn't that something? Conclusive proof that I was right. What's the matter? You didn't think you had me backed in a corner, did you?
You were watching the Let's Play? The command is that I do it. There is a command. It's probably comfy cozy play. Yeah, his belly button. He was a strong man until I deflated him, and now he's a sad man.
he let all the air out. Or I don't know what. Guess he misread the board. Because the only one back to a corner here is you. There's no denying it. Forensics prove that the gun and the bullet are a match. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area. So who pulled the trigger? It can't have been me. I was up on stage, which leaves your little friend. The hack killed Rook. She's the murderer, and you just proved it. Oh, no. Your move, Edgeworth, but just remember 2 things. 1, where you found that gun. And 2, which gun the fatal bullet came from. Whichever way you look at it, I can't have been the shooter.
How did it come to this?
Me and the president, we admitted to faking the assassination attempt. Now it's your turn to admit something. Who the killer really is. There's no way Tabby did it, is there?
Don't let him get to you, Kay. We just need to go over his statements again. There must be something further we can deduce from them.
Okay! Whatever. Whatever you say, Edgy.
Alright.
Hold it!
Forensic says no.
No, that's...
Objection!
Oh.
What was it you said? That forensics would back you up? Yerk. How does it feel to be shot in the chest by your own conclusive proof, huh? Not so good, I imagine. The bullet and the gun are a match, Mr. Edgeworth. That kind of has to mean that Tabby pulled the trigger, no?
Even so, I cannot simply accept that. But sir, there's no denying the evidence.
There isn't, so what am I missing? If I assume Ms. Lloyd to be innocent, then the gun and the bullet shouldn't be a match. What is it, Kay?
I was just thinking, if the evidence points to something that doesn't seem possible, then maybe there's something wrong with it.
You're asking me to call the evidence into question.
Well, there's no way Tabby did this, right? So if the evidence says that she did, then the problem must lie there.
You seem very sure about this.
Call it my great thief's intuition.
Intuition, huh? Still, she could be right. I simply don't believe that Miss Lloyd... I simply don't believe Miss Lloyd to be a miraculous liar, which means... For someone who believes that evidence is everything in court, the irony is not lost on me, but if I were to call a piece of evidence into question, it would have to be... Huh.
This seems to be the bullet that killed Rook. Huh. Same model as the victims. Huh. I'll say the gun.
Something untoward is going on here. Would have to involve the weapon, not the bullet. After all, we only just recovered the bullet a little while ago. Furthermore, we know that Mr. Knight had an opportunity to handle the gun.
Oh, yeah, because he had all the evidence. I'm gonna lurk while I eat a spicy chicken. I want chicken. Give me chicken. I want chicken. Have chicken? I want chicken.
I hand over the evidence.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he tampered with it. He probably swapped guns.
Indeed, he had ample opportunity. There's no doubt that this gun is the weapon that was used in the crime, which means it must belong to you.
Take that!
The gun belongs to Mr. Knight. He switched them around. That has to be it.
The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area.
Switched.
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Head pats, hell yeah.
Admit it, you switched the guns, didn't you, Mr. Knight? That's why the markings match the weapon in question. It was yours all along.
Huh. An intriguing move there, Edgeworth, and
you must have made the switch when I handed over the evidence, while I was busy trying to make the case for remaining on the investigation. You took the laser sight from the gun we found in the trash can and put it on your own. Then, not long afterwards, you handed that gun back to me instead of the one we found.
I did, huh? You think that I somehow knew you'd find, let alone run forensics on the bullet sometime in the future?
Is that so strange? You're a chess player, after all, a man well used to thinking several moves ahead.
I'm flattered, but as much as it pains me to admit it, you're overestimating my abilities. Besides, do you even have any proof that I made the switch?
Maybe.
Let's find out.
The gun is the same model as mine. Weird, sure, but it's just a coincidence. And look, there's a laser sight attached. Also, take a look at the cylinder. 2 spent bullets. Just what we'd expect to see. So what proof do you have that I switched the original gun out for mine, huh? None, that's what.
You say I'm overestimating your abilities. You surprise me.
What can I say? I'm a modest guy. More modest than you, that's for sure. Everywhere except at the chessboard, that is.
Well, I don't see a chessboard here, do you?
Shame, still. Gives you that, guess that gives you a nice excuse. I didn't mess up, I just didn't have the right evidence.
I don't think I'll be the one making excuses. Rather, I didn't mess up. They just got lucky with the evidence. Will be your excuse, I'd imagine.
Okay, got him. Got him. Alright, let's, like... Am I allowed to look at this gun again? If this isn't the same... Okay, all the evidence is the same, though. I guess. Hold on. Like, should I look at the laser sight? No, I guess it's just all the same. Okay. Let's press them. Hold it.
A coincidence, you say?
Or was it a necessity?
Can't be both, pal.
Sure can. We bodyguards need to protect the president. And the girl needed to use the gun. But she probably doesn't know a whole lot about him. It's not so far-fetched for her to pick something she's heard of that.
We also... What? It's not so far-fetched for her to pick something she's heard of that we also happen to use as the gun.
Okay, but why a revolver? Why is that your go-to gun?
It's probably something to do with its ease of use. No spent casings chased down, for example.
Exactly. The perfect tool for a job where you can't afford to fail or don't know what you're doing. Still, coincidence, necessity, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference either way. Oh, look here, there's a laser sight attached.
Because you swapped it on there.
Put up or shut up, Edgeworth. Where's your evidence?
Well, that is...
Don't go making accusations. You can't back up.
I don't know what he's doing with his hands there.
Or did your daddy never teach you that? As it stands, the facts are in my favor here. My daddy's dead as shit.
Be respectful. He died in the SL6 incident. Took a look at the cylinder. 2 spent bullets.
Hold it!
That seems real specific, but it seems to also be true. I've been meaning to ask, actually, what about your own weapon? How many spent bullets are in its cylinder?
This old girl here? Well, now.
Alright, okay.
I let loose a few rounds earlier, as you saw.
He reloads his gun every time he fires it.
But even if I were to tell you how many there were at the time, you'd have no way of verifying that.
Of course, in order to swap the guns properly, he'd have to maintain the right number of bullets per gun. He didn't have the chance to put on any gloves, though, which means...
All right, I think it's about time you did the right thing and resigned, don't you? Game's all about done, see?
Wait.
Hold it!
What proof? I don't know. The proof is... Okay.
Something you clearly don't have, and if you did, you'd have made your move by now.
We do so have proof, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
We won't be given the chance to investigate any further. We'll have to work with what we've gathered. Think, Miles, think. Consider all the possibilities.
Ha ha ha. You got the goods, it's now or never. How are we supposed to prove he switched the guns?
Unfortunately, we don't have any direct evidence of his wrongdoing. But in and of itself is proof of a kind. Because otherwise, the striations wouldn't line up like they do, right?
Because otherwise, they wouldn't line up like they do, right, sir?
Right. We must carefully consider and infer what we can from the evidence he brings up in his testimony. All right. So he talked about the bullets. So like, what do we got? I mean, bullet markings match those of the incident. 2 gunshots can clearly be heard. I mean, I don't know. Let's try.
Objection!
That was wrong. That wasn't it. That was not the answer. Let's save. This is hunt and peck mode. We're hunting and we're pecking. For justice. For great glory. Okay. 2 bullets, just like we'd expect to see. Okay. What is this next statement? It's... So what proof do you have that I switched to the original gun? Is... Switch for the one found in the spectator area. Bullet markings match those of the bullet fired in the incident. The flattened bullet was all... Oh. Well. One monitor is missing. I don't think this... That doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, gosh, I don't know. He reloads every time he shoots his gun? So, what does that mean? What do we do with that information? Maybe I'll present this. No. Beans. 2 spent bullets. Just what we'd expect to see. Okay, but...
Objection!
That's so wrong. I'm just so wrong. I'm gonna look it up. I don't care. Miles Edgeworth to spoiler-free walkthrough. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. His name used to be Horace Knightley. Okay. Bronco Knight. I like that. Okay. We're near the end here. So present. Okay. What does it say? There's no... I have to kind of guess. I mean...
Objection!
Oh, okay. All right. Just the gun is the proof. Okay. I have your proof right here. That's your proof? I think you've been working too hard, Edgeworth. Not the gun itself, the evidence it carries. The evidence that will prove once and for all that it does in fact belong to you. So his fingerprints are going to be on the casings, I guess? I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead, make your move. What's about to come into play? The rook, the bishop, not a pawn, surely. The evidence the gun will provide takes the form of fingerprints. Fingerprints. Namely, your fingerprints, Mr.
Objection!
My prints? Pah! Of course my prints are on the gun. You handed it right to me. You handed it right to me when you gave up the evidence. How could they not be on it?
Objection!
What if I told you there are prints on a part of the gun that you shouldn't have touched at any point?
What? Where? You can't prove that.
Oh, but I can. There is a place where your fingerprints could never have been left if things happened as you say. Allow me to present the final piece of evidence that will bring our game to its rightful conclusion. Examine the inside. There, look closely at the cylinder, detective. 2 bullets fired, but where are the prints we're looking for, sir?
On the bullets themselves.
You did indeed switch the guns when I handed you the evidence. But if that were all you had done, your deception would have been easily detected, because the number of bullets fired by each gun was different. There were 2 spent bullets in the gun we found.
Yeah, but what about Mr. Knight's gun?
We know that he fired 2 bullets from the stage into the balloon. And he fired another bullet into Mr. Rook, ending his life. So 3 bullets in total, plus the few odd ones he let loose in shock during our little game. After each shot, he reloaded his gun out of habit. With his bare hands, of course. Officer, where exactly were Mr. Knight's fingerprints found? The ones you mentioned in your report.
Sir, they were found on the exterior of the weapon, but also on the bullets themselves.
You should have said that, bud. Come on. Jesus. I'm not sure they could have gotten there just from me handing you the evidence, Mr. Knight.
Gurk! That's...
And there we have it. Proof that you did indeed switch the guns. This gun, the one which fired the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, is yours. And in taking his life, you are the true assassin.
I didn't...
Checkmate. Oh, got him.
Grr.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he's swinging. He's swingling. He dingling. Oh. So much stuff from the other games. I saw a blue badger in there. He is still armed. Yeah, they should take the gun away from him.
I was gonna be the new chief of security. That blasted Rook, if it hadn't been for him, I would have been in charge by now. I would have been in control of the whole team. My plan was perfect. The fake assassination was supposed to be flawless. Forgot.
Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir.
Curse you, Edgeworth! Our game isn't over yet. I'm
afraid this is as far as we go for today.
Oh.
The next moves we play will be in the courtroom.
Oh! But it's not fair! It's not fair!
Bye. Bye. Oh, he's strong again. He's a big boy again.
Mr. Edgeworth, I owe you a debt of gratitude. You exposed a murderer within the ranks of my own personal guard. I will not soon forget that.
He's suddenly very presidential again, now that we're back outside the plane. Is this what presidential is?
I saw it, you know, when I first proposed the fake assassination to him.
You want me to handle it, not Rook?
Rook refused, but I can rely on you, can't I?
Of course, sir. You can count on me. I'll put it together a plan that can't possibly fail. And he'll play his part like the pawn he is.
Nah, he's a Rook.
The hatred in his eyes was plain to see. He despised poor Rook. I was not entirely comfortable about moving forward with Knight in charge of our little deception. And looking back, I think he sensed my discomfort. I can't help thinking I played a part in his decision to end Rook's life.
Mr. President, none of this would have happened if you hadn't plotted to fake an attempt on your life. That was your crime, and it is a crime you will have to live with.
You are right. I can only apologize for the part I played. And I will no doubt be made to pay for my actions in one way or another. But I thank you nonetheless. You solved the riddle of Rook's demise, and for that I shall be eternally grateful. I will be here in your country for a little while longer yet. But when I have returned home, perhaps you will visit us in Shangfa. You will always be welcome.
Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye forever.
Oh, thank you. Y'all don't know how grateful I am. All's well that ends well.
Ms. Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was, of course, entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you on this matter. You should be aware that you may very well be punished for your actions.
I know, and I'm awful sorry about everything. Truly I am.
I understand your desire for a scoop, but there are limits.
There sure are. I got me some serious thinking to do. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. That was something else. Local prosecutor solves assassination conundrum. Earns eternal gratitude to President. How's that for a headline? Hey, that there's my department. Mr. Prosecutor, how does it feel to solve such an important case? You must be over the moon.
She certainly doesn't stay down for long. No comment.
Dang, you're one tight-lipped son of a gun.
Well, as I should be. This case is not over yet.
It isn't? How come, sir?
Because until we unravel the story behind this, the case will never completely be over. Oh.
Take that!
Yeah.
Tequila's calling card?
Mr. DeKiller has yet to complete his assignment.
You mean he might still try to murder the president?
I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, this could all blow up into something more sinister yet. Oh no. Not a murder most foul, as one would expect with the attempted assassination of a president. The
The case was all over the news, and my preparations for Mr. Knight's trial were constantly interrupted by requests from the press. There wasn't a person in the land who didn't know about the case. Everybody was talking about it. But in the midst of a frenzy that followed, nobody noticed that this was only the first move in a game far bigger than any of us could have imagined.
Oh my god!
What a crazy... The end. For completing without using story mode. Okay.
Hell yeah!
Well, gamers, that about does it then. Hell yeah.
Over at this slot. And then next week, we'll start the second case. Holy shit. Roar! Oh, and then we meet Gavel, whatever her name is. Gavielle Justus. Captive Turnabout Legacy. A Turnabout Forsaken. Turnabout for the ages. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Well, hell yeah, gamers. Let's, I don't like the silence. I never like it when there's silence. I want to give you awesome music today. Not an ad for the self-driving cars. I hate that. Okay. I love you all to pieces. We're going to find somebody to raid. But in the meantime, I know this is a little early, but I feel like the Ace Attorney games, I just end early. I end on stopping points, and that's beautiful for me. I posted a few links there if you're not already familiar. We got my card. That's a one-stop shop to all things comfy Catboy. Oh, maybe you. Yeah, let's raid you. Oh, that's a scary doll. Okay. We're going into a horror game, perhaps. We're gonna raid Nira Astra. Very cute, like Astral Bun. I've known them for quite a while. We got my throne. We got the card. We got all this stuff. And of course, we have the link to Comfy Cozy Play. We're getting real close to 300 YouTube subscribers. Our numbers are kind of going up, and I'm very happy about this. I guess if you're freaked out by little dolls, then don't come into the raid, but otherwise, this is our raid message, baby. Thank you, Sharky. I love you all to pieces. Have a lovely day. And then Cozy is streaming tonight, I believe. Well, I don't know when specifically she's starting. Sometimes they start a little later because she's doing more Baldur's Gate with Jose. So I think anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. And so that'll be cool. But usually she starts at 5:30 PST, but it might be slightly later. Whoa, speaking of hero. Hello, thank you for the raid. We are gonna raid train. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. But we are about to hit that raid now, so we're just gonna raid train here. If you're subscribed, oh, no, that's the wrong one. If you're subscribers, copy and paste that. We got 8 seconds. I love you, imps. Thank you, imps. Hell yeah.